David, welcome. Good to have you with us. Let's start with the hotels. I think three you want to focus on are Hilton, Marriott, and Wyndham. Why do you, I assume, like these?
Yeah, we'll put them in two different categories. What we're seeing so far, and we did publish some results of a consumer survey this morning, is that leisure room rates have really soared, and I think the lead-ins both made reference to that occupancies are still below 2019 levels, but rates are way ahead. There's an unevenness to it, depending on which market it is. But what we haven't seen yet, and this is important for Hilton and Marriott, is we haven't even seen the group business come back. We have not even seen the business travel come back. At this point, we expect in the next year that business travel, I've started to travel, many of my colleagues have, and we think that business travel is going to see the same bounce back with very high rates and rising occupancy that we saw through leisure. Our survey this morning indicated that leisure travelers are starting to resist some of the high rates, but business not so much yet. So we put Wyndham in a different category because they're economy and limited service quickly, and they can be the beneficiaries of a trade down. They tend to be driving and leisure oriented and inexpensive. And frankly, the pent-up demand dynamic should work well for them across the board, Tyler.
So I get what I'm hearing you say basically is that the business traveler is not back yet, but is coming.
Has not even warmed up yet. I've really done some traveling in the past 30 days for the first time. And I think many of my peers and colleagues are in the same boat.
Yeah. Let's move on to some of the casinos, if we might, and take them apart here. MGM, Caesars, and, well, I guess it's, a couple of weeks away, Churchill Downs, Kentucky Derby.
This is correct. So MGM and Caesars are both, oriented around the Las Vegas Strip, where Contessa is, giving us some interesting information. To put some data around it, that market is seeing occupancy that is still below 2019 levels by about 18%. Room rates are about 15% above, but the convention visitation is still 41% below where it was in 2019. So that element of it still hasn't returned and is still yet to come, in our opinion. And that works well for MGM and Caesars. Churchill Downs is another matter. They have a Kentucky Derby coming up that's about 25% of their earnings. That all happens around that event. And we expect it's going to be a very strong Kentucky Derby this year for the first time without any headcount limitations. They have been building up their digital presence through Twin Spires, and we expect the activity around wagering as well as the headcount at the track should be, very strong for them.
I thought I heard Contessa say about Las Vegas that they've booked more shows and events. I'm not sure what she was referring to, whether she's talking about convention shows or entertainment shows, but shows and events than in prior years. But maybe they're not as well attended as prior ones. Can you untangle that for me a little bit, David?
Absolutely. Let me unpack. So with respect to conventions, they tend to be booked well in advance, right? You or I might travel this weekend, next weekend. Conventions can be booked months or years in advance. Mm-hmm. So the bookings she's referring to support the commentary we're getting from management teams that the second quarter, third quarter, 2023 are going to be very, very strong for convention business. And the 41% below that I quoted you is a backward-looking number. That's where we are today.